I'm Krista Smith, and welcome to the Corner Booth. I have at my table today Ray Liotta. We are going to talk about his new movie, Marriage Story.
All right, here's the fact, Jack. I charge $950 an hour. Ted is $400. If you have a stupid question, you call Ted.
You have such a delicious part in Marriage Story, and you come on like, you know, we see you, you're surprised, basically. It's such a fun part and such a real entryway into the business of divorce, basically. Like, when you read it, did you know immediately that you wanted to do it?
Yeah, the script is just great, and I'm a big believer that it's all in the writing, and Noah wrote a great script. You know, I didn't have to choke anybody or do anything like that, so it was just good, and I really like Noah's work that he's been doing. So, and it was just a great group of people.
How did you find Adam to work with? I mean, he's like this young actor coming up, and now he just seems to be everywhere.
Yeah, he's great. I really like his work, and I really like the way he was approaching it. What he was doing was really, really subtle, but he's really good.
And you got to square off against Laura Dern. I thought it was great too. That scene is just fantastic.
His genius was an intangible asset built during the marriage.
Nora, I like how you refer to Charlie's Theater as a ramshackle downtown dump when you're arguing custody. But when you want more money, he's a big, rich, genius Broadway director. You can't have it both ways.
What did you do for research for that? Like, how do you approach
I got divorced.
characters? You did. And that really is like the blueprint, right?
Well, I'm being somewhat facetious. There's a big lawyer in LA that I was gonna have the opportunity to talk with, and I guess something happened, so I wasn't able to, but I read about him. But you just, you know, the bottom line is you wanna win. So you pretty much do it at all costs. But it was all in the writing, it really was.
Nora, I have to say that your account of this marriage takes place in an alternate reality. By suddenly moving to LA and insisting on an LA residence, Nicole is withholding Henry.
Do you like to rehearse a lot before? Like, what's your process?
No, it depends on what it is that I'm playing. Like if I'm playing a maniac, or I gotta, you know, scare somebody or do something intense, I like to do it as a surprise, because sometimes actors anticipate, so it really depends on what the scene is, but in general, no. But like with Goodfellas, we rehearsed for 2 weeks.
What made you want to be an actor? What was it? You didn't come from an acting family at all?
No, my sister was very dramatic.
She was, but not getting paid to be
It's true,
dramatic,
no.
right? What was it that made you decide that this was going to be your career?
Truthfully, I didn't want to take math and history. I didn't know what I was going to do. I figured like I'd work construction, or my dad had a chain of automotive stores, maybe that, but I didn't really like it. So I got into the University of Miami, because at that time you just needed a pulse to get in there. and they said, well, you know, you had to take like a math and a history for, you know, if you're undeclared. I said, I don't even want to be in college. There's no way I'm going to take things that I just wanted to get away from. So right next to it was for the drama department. So I took a step over and said I'll be a drama major for a year. I just stayed with it, and then I really started getting into it, because I never even was a movie goer.
So what do you look for now at your like third decade acting?
More things like this, more opportunity. I still like playing pretend, and it's really fun to work with people that are that committed, because when you're that committed, it's usually when you start feeling things, which then impacts on an audience, hopefully.
Do you go back and watch any of your films, or will you watch this one?
I'll see this again in New York, because my daughter will be with me. I've only seen like Goodfellas like once or twice, and one of the times was with her. I haven't seen half the movies I've done.
Really?
Yeah.
No, well, why is that?
Because I
You live
don't
them
know
during
if
it?
there's any benefit. You have to be really, really objective about it, and not subjective. And some people, you know, you can tell when some people watch their movies, because just the way they'll hold their head, they'll know like what the camera is, where the light is, and when you see that, you'll see people, you can pick up that they've been schooled on themselves.
Do you think your daughter, is she interested in acting at
Yeah.
all? She is. What advice would you give to her or to other younger people that are
To
starting?
study, because all what we do is our imagination, and the imagination is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Even when I did my first few movies, I would go right back into class, do a movie back into class, Goodfellas back into class.